No.
Apparently, we are live.
Yes, we are on Twitch. I see us. There we go.
Holy
and I see us on the
hot damn.
Trovos.
I hear us on the Trovo.
We're live.
On the Twitchels. And on the Twovo. The Twovo. It's so exciting. And the tweet. It's out there.
No.
Well,
I
once
don't
it's
wanna.
loading, it'll be out there. It's trying.
Come on.
It wants to.
There we
it
go.
is. The little tweet that could. Oh my goodness. Deep breaths. Stretchy stretchies.
There it is.
I'm napping.
Trying to find this channel.
You're napping?
You wouldn't dare to nap.
Pardon?
Sorry, I was hosting.
It's like, excuse me? You're doing what?
I
You're
do what I
doing
want. You're not my
what?
real dad.
You're not my real dad.
Yeah.
There. I retweeted the Twitters.
You did what?
You heard
Okay.
Bam.
Mm-hmm.
People are gonna be like, Nighttide, that guy still streams?
Impossible.
Is
Yeah.
that guy? He still does the streams? The answer is C.
Maybe.
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 Maybe I like you. Just maybe. Maybe I like you a lot. Really? Just maybe? Don't push the maybe, baby. Oh, Major Pain. I think Major Pain's on Amazon Prime.
Not it should be.
Oh, so
It's classic.
Hi, Sage, over on Trovo.
What up, what up, what up? I remember when he was animal. I was.
Animal.
I
Me
was an
too.
animal. I was a hungry animal. I just ate all the things.
I remember those days
Me
Oh,
too.
man.
in the cafe.
The cafe. The cafe. Oh, the cafe. That was a fun little thing. Still love me some coffee.
Me too.
Is the bot down? Not seeing it go up on the Discord.
The bot?
Yeah, the
I'm a
Discord.
bot.
Really?
It's,
Bot
I don't
on
have
Discord?
heaps.
Yeah, it's supposed to post when it goes live.
Ah,
It could
Might be
be.
busted.
I'll have to investigate. I know there's been some issues with the Me6 bot, so
Cursed creature.
it didn't work with the tweet either. So it might be the bot down. We might have a bot
Bot
down.
down!
Butt down. Robert R. Wow. Yes. Names from a bygone era. That's how you found out? Perfect. I'm happy. I'm happy more people are coming and chilling over on the Trovo side. He's
Mhm.
nice.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
He's nice. We have Emos over here. So fun news, I guess, while we're kind of letting people file in. I have recommitted to trying to figure out how to make kind of these streams a bit more interactive. And that is a mission I'm going to be on as soon as I have enough world built on the homebrew side because between work and building homebrew world, yeah, where does time go? Where does it go? It goes nowhere.
Time? What's that?
Yeah, what is that? Hours in a day? Being awake? What are those? Like, it's just
Hours
intense.
are overrated.
So I will be working through different ways to add channel points.
Just say you're like this.
I will
Don't
be
do
doing
that.
channel points, specifically on the Trovo side, because I don't think we have channel points on the Twitch side, to be able to aid the party in various ways. So that'll be fun. So we'll have that stuff coming too.
Oh,
good.
be afraid.
Oh, there's the bot.
Here it is.
So it took a while.
There it goes.
Maybe the bot's just clogged.
There you go.
My brain. I can't help the way that my brain works. And when you see me do that, it's usually because a random movie reference popped in there.
Mhm.
And this time it was Cabin Boy. These
I love that
pipes are clean.
I love that movie so much.
Such a terrible movie, but it's so fantastic in its terribleness.
Yes.
Oh, that's another one. What's
Mhm.
his name? He was like the only thing that I remember him being in, the main actor that plays the cabin boy was in Groundhog Day.
Mm.
He plays the camera guy in Groundhog Day.
Does he also play the butler in the Scary Movie too?
Yes. Yes, he
He
does.
does. He's actually in a lot of stuff. He's a character actor that gets little bit parts.
Chris
Yeah,
Elliott.
this was a mean. Yeah. This is a
Chris
mean one for
Elliott. I
him.
love him.
Let me use my strong hand.
He was in he's in Schitt's Creek, something about Mary.
Oh my God, he's so funny in Schitt's Creek.
I need to
And
watch
Cabin
more of
Boy
that show.
it was they had David Letterman in it. They had Andy Richter from Conan.
Hey,
It was-
Wesker.
It was
Yeah.
pretty
What's up,
darn good.
Wesker? See, I think that's the problem is that he's been in a lot of like TV stuff, I guess, lately. I
Mhm.
haven't seen him in a movie in a long time. But I'm
Mhm.
looking and it doesn't look like he's done many movies that I would have actually watched in a long time.
Mm.
Yeah, like Scary Movie 4 was back in 2006.
He was in Scary Movie 6.
There's a 6? Of course there
Mm.
is.
They're gonna book that one forever. Like, yeah.
Osmosis Jones. Nutty
Oh,
Professor.
I
he
loved
was a bit
Osmosis
part.
Jones.
Hey, Outlaw, welcome.
What up, everybody?
Yeah.
He was in an episode of The Nanny. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Fran Drescher. Hello.
Eh. The original Peter Griffin. Tell me
She
I'm
still
wrong.
looks.
You
Tell
can't do that
me
to me.
I'm wrong.
Can't do that to me.
What's up, Outlaw? What's up, Wesker? You know I'm right, though. You know
Yeah.
I'm right. Like, Fran Drescher is absolutely the OG Peter Griffin.
It's where they got the idea.
100%. 100%.
Didn't they do that as a bit though? They brought Peter and Fran Drescher on the same episode.
Did they really?
Probably at some point.
I think they did. Yeah,
No.
they had an off.
An off.
Please tell me that exists.
pretty
Please
sure
tell
it
me that
was.
exists.
That's
I'm
awesome.
gonna YouTube it.
Oh my gosh. Oh man. That's great. Wesker, it's going good. A happy new year to most everybody. I haven't streamed personally, or we haven't done Dungeon Nytes since last year. Hardy har har. And I haven't streamed, I don't think, since last
I
year.
haven't streamed since like Thanksgiving last year.
It's been a while.
I need to.
It's
Just
it's been a long while. Like if I go back, what was my last past streams? Does it even have one? 3 weeks ago is what it called. Yeah. My last stream was our last Dungeon Nytes stream. So it's been a hot minute. It's been a hot minute. So I guess I feel like I owe you guys an explanation. So I've been working on a new homebrew setting for a new D&D campaign that's going to be a podcast only. I talked about it a little bit during the last time that we were live, but I figured I might as well bring it up again. So that's going to be releasing, hopefully the first episode, release next week. I've got some serious editing I have to do, but hopefully the first episode can be released next week. What else we got going on? Geez. My personal streams will start kicking back up on Wednesdays starting next week as well. I actually have a schedule graphic that I put together that I'll be posting every week. That'll actually have some stuff in there, so that'll be nice and hopefully let everybody know what's going on. What else? Life and work have been insane. So that's also been a contributing factor to not getting as much done that I would normally like to do. What up, Sakura? We've missed you too. I've missed everybody. So I'm just really happy to see you guys' faces. I hope you all had a happy holidays, and I hope you had a happy new year, and I hope January has been kind to you. And if not, it's almost over. So F it.
It's nice to finally feel better too. So.
Right? Yeah, that's another thing. There's been a lot of sicknesses. Like we were kind of ready to go for a couple weeks in a row, and just like I wasn't feeling good, Mimi wasn't feeling good, like just no bueno on the health department. I mean, I think with there's some really nasty cold and flus going over. Like my boss at work, she was out for like the first 2 weeks of January. It wasn't even COVID. It was just some like random bug. So there's some stuff going around.
My house has caught the coof.
Oh no.
Disgusting.
Well, my niece, who's completely asymptomatic, tested positive, and the only reason she got tested was because a group of kids in her class tested positive. So like they were like, you should probably get her tested, and they've got her tested. So now all the kids are home for fucking 10 days. And I get to
well, and I know what was it, 2 weeks ago, I think it was, or a week ago, or whatever it was, I had no voice.
Yep.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
Oh.
Wow.
I have a feeling Krathok is dying tonight.
Someone is looking, going to be looking at being left alone in Boston.
Oh man.
Fast.
I don't know if you guys have seen the there's like a group on TikTok where there's like this guy and they tell you the most absurd things, and then at the end they say be a man. And it's like trying to tell you to do manly things, and it's like, yeah, you ever have a girlfriend and she's angry, you know what you do? You put a cape on her. Then she can be super angry. Be a man.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
Oh no. You know what I saw?
No, you don't do that. No.
What I saw yesterday was haunted house ideas.
Ooh.
A room full of women who all say that they're fine.
Yeah, you got that from me last night.
And then the next room, you have to take all those women and try to find a place to eat.
Oh. Oh. See, now we went from playing with fun fire to actual fire. I like does it heat up in here? I'm feeling a little warm.
Jump out the window. It's the only correct choice.
I was going to say, is there? I have a window in here. It's currently locked. I might have to unlatch and open that just as an escape hatch.
Mm-hmm.
You're supposed to be going on vacation to North Carolina for snow, but this past week your mother got caught. Oh, that sucks. We lost power at 6 a.m. due to car knocking over an electrical pole, and you didn't have power for nearly 10 hours, and it was cold. Oof. Yeah, that is not a fun week, Sakura. That is not a fun week at all. That's the thing when places that don't normally get snow, people forget, well, they're stupid and don't know how to drive in it. Which is, coincidentally, two, Sage. I have two chats up. We have the Dungeon Nytes chat on Twitch, and we also have the Trovo up. The thing that I have learned, even being in Pennsylvania now for almost 15 years, is actually it's probably more than that, isn't it? No. Yes.
Too long.
Maybe
16 years. 16 years.
My God.
I've been here a long ass time. Anyway, the thing I've learned about being in Pennsylvania for this long is that, like, it's always the first time that it snows. There's like 2-hour delays at school and like all this other stuff. And like everything kind of shuts down a little bit. And I'm like, why do they do this? Because then in a week, when snow's been on the ground, it'll snow really bad and no one does anything. Like there's no 2-hour delay. There's no nothing. Like everyone's just cool. And it's because the people in charge, to their credit, have figured out that there needs to be an adjustment period to relearn how to not be an idiot when it snows in your car. And so I feel like that's why they do this, because everyone, despite having lived here their whole lives, magically forgets how to drive in the snow every year.
Welcome to Minnesota, where I live.
It's like, what?
That, and we're
is
dealing
with you
we're
people?
dealing with negative temperatures the last few days.
Oof.
Where like the high is 1.
what is
Yeah,
that?
sounds right.
I don't know what those temperatures are.
Oh, sorry,
My
that's
thermometer doesn't go below 32.
It
Well,
just stops.
I live in South Canada.
It's South Canada.
Texas explodes in the cold.
Yeah,
I'm
if it gets
Canada's necktie.
when it gets to like 1 degrees, we just burn the entire freaking state. Just set it all on fire.
That sounds right.
But it's been long enough since we played some D&D. So y'all want to play some D&D?
I do.
Maybe.
I'd love to play
Yes.
some D&D. So we got to do some stuff and things tonight. Speaking of which, Mimi,
Yes.
in our true fashion, would you like to regale us with the events of games past?
Sure. So, we all woke up in the camp, and we kind of saw everybody initially, and we went to bed.
Let me back you up real quick.
Okay, go ahead.
So, 2 sessions ago, the party fought the BBEG in what was supposed to be, from my perspective, a skirmish. The skirmish ended in a TPK. Thankfully, in this case, it was just a knockout and not a full kill, because they were apparently rescued, go with that term for now, rescued by a roaming band of nomads. Then I will pass it back to Mimi.
So we get to the camp. They had taken care of us, helped heal our wounds, whatever wounds we had. They fed us. Everybody was very nice. The thing with the camp, though, is they happen to worship the Frostmaiden. So we're kind of trying to figure this out at this point. So we kind of get up the next morning and, we hear movement through the camp. We're in our tents. Poppy and Drathar are in their tent, and Corin and Krathok are in another. And we see kind of some movement, and we all of a sudden, as we're peeking out, we see a line moving into the camp area. Well, we see them circle the bonfire that was originally made, and from the feast before, they were pecking at meat scraps and whatever. We peeked out a little further and found out we finally came face to face basically with the vampire penguins. Drathar had slipped out and he went to the weapons tent, and there was a gentleman in there that was, kind of guarding the tent, and is like, they're emperor-sized penguins, stay hidden. They'll eventually leave. You know, you don't want to get out there and get swarmed by them. So they hunker down. I was pacing, Poppy was pacing, and she didn't quite know what to do with these huge ass penguins. Corn and Krathok were in their tent. Of course, Krathok decided to eat and making all sorts of noise with wrappers and whatever. Yep, exactly. Corin is like turned around and kind of was like, what? And then Corin kind of figured out, oh crap, they're coming after our tent. And they were poking holes with their little beaks trying to get in. At that point, Corin casted Shatter. And the shadows went away from the door. There were squawks and cries from outside. Poppy kind of froze at that point. Drathar had sent up his owl and was watching through his owl's eyes that he saw a flash erupt in the center of the camp. And after the noise, the penguins like converged on that noise where Corin had cast the spell. And it was above the bonfire area. And there was like they swarmed to rush the sound. They were sliding on their bellies and they went right into the bonfire and burned to death. So that's where we pick up. Drathar had grabbed his alchemy kit. And at that point, we're going to see if there's a penguin for breakfast.
Well, it's still the middle of the evening. But
It's the middle of the night.
In
Sorry.
the middle of the night, I was walking in my sleep. Never mind. No, so it's the middle of the night. But you have a wonderful aroma that is kind of filling the air. At first, it wasn't so pleasant because it kind of smelled like burnt feather, right? Almost like singed hair. It just didn't have a pleasant smell. But now that that's passed, it's like, there's a pleasantness. It's kind of filling all the air around the camp. Everyone's tents are still cinched up tight.
I don't know how tight mine is. Dude left me.
Point DM. It is morning.
Did we go morning?
It was morning. It was early morning.
I thought when I listened to the last of it that it was there.
Nope, we were starting to wake up early morning. We wake up the next morning. We hearing the hustling and bustling.
Well,
Poppy had
fair
woken up
enough.
waiting for Drathar. Corin was waking up to see if anything was out of place.
Well, so you didn't say that.
No, I said it was morning.
Yes, but you didn't say all those other things.
There was a knife.
There was a knife.
There was a knife.
And it was in between my ribs, through my back. Shame, DM, shame. It's so intense. It is so intense. Anyway, so yes, it's morning. People have gotten hustle and bustle, and as you kind of awaken, Poppy, you can kind of hear things. Maybe you peek out your tent. Do you peek out at all?
Yeah, Poppy is gonna peek out and kind of see where that aroma's coming from. Just kind of one eye peek out.
Yeah, Poppy, as you kind of peek out, you see a whole bunch of people kind of moving and standing around the bonfire. It's almost like the whole tent city is around this bonfire, and you see a number of people that seem to be kind of rearranging hunks of meat onto poles as the fire rages in the center of the camp.
Poppy walks out. I'll walk out. and just kind of stand there, kind of look towards Corin and Krathok's tent, kind of look around to see where Drathar might have gone.
Drathar, let's cut back to you. What did you do after you got your alchemist kit?
I just chilled in the tent.
You just hung out? Even after
Yeah.
the sound?
I mean, I saw what happened with the sound, so I just hung out. I don't want to be accused of, stealing more than what I took. I said I'd take my lovely alchemy kit, and that's all I took.
Okay.
I'll be watching through my owl's eyes to see where unnamed dude that left my tent went, though. And if he doesn't look like he's coming back, I'd probably go find him.
No, he came back. He went out to see what the sound was, and he came back not too long after. He would have come back to meet you. So I guess my question to you was what did you think you took? Because when all of that happened, he would have come back, just so we can have a continuity of this. He would have come back and probably would have told you what he saw and told you that it was probably a good idea for you to go back to your tent.
Okay, then I would have made sure I took my alchemy kit, which I told him, and he said I could have.
Yep.
And I also would have smuggled out one of my knives, daggers, and hid it.
Okay. Give me a sleight of hand.
18.
Yeah, that'll do. So you were able to smuggle out one of your knives. And we'll say that you made your way back to the tent. So Poppy, Drathar probably would have been in the tent with you. And given his nature, right, just as yours, and you're not having to sleep all night, there's a good chance that you two would have either been awake together, or maybe you would have been still meditating since you were up late.
Well, we were waking up already when we heard the noise, so we would have probably gotten our full rest, meditation. So Poppy's gonna look at Drathar. Did you see what happened? Do you know what happened?
A very late night barbecue happened. It was a party you could say that was to die for.
Well, it looks like we're gonna have a big breakfast. Smells good.
I wonder. Penguin might be good. Vampire penguin, are they alive? Or are they undead? You can always have Krathok try.
Yeah, that's true. And, I don't think anything undead would smell that good either. So I'm going to assume. Because if they were undead, I would imagine it would smell pretty foul.
I don't know. It could smell good after being cooked. You never know.
What if Krathok's penguin intolerant?
Like yak intolerant? Yak's milk intolerant?
Like his lactose intolerance, but he's
penguin
intolerant?
Oh,
well,
please,
I mean,
no.
Krathok pretty much eats anything the way it seems, so.
Try anything once.
Yeah.
Gotten in a lot of trouble that way.
Fair.
Well, let's go find Corin and Krathok and go from there.
I guess that's always a choice.
What are you two up to, Corin and Krathok?
I'm finishing the rest of my meal.
Corin's just sitting there cross-armed looking at him.
Such a fat kid. Such a fat kid. I love it. You're my spirit animal, Krathok. I love you. Doesn't even stop to look outside. What?
Nope. I'm not going out there.
I'm hungry.
There's vicious animals out there. I'm not going out until I hear people.
Well, you would hear people. You'd hear moving around.
Okay. All right. Well, I think curiosity would get the better of him, and he'd like to have a look outside. So he would pop the zipper of the tent and or flap and walk outside.
What foul wizardry is this?
Right.
No, so you open up the tent. You see a number of individuals that you saw last night. That would have been the kind of people that were cooking, right? And you see a bunch of people again, kind of taking these birds and kind of impaling them and roasting them on the big bonfire. And the whole of kind of like the village is just like in awe, standing outside. Everyone's kind of discussing, trying to figure out what happened.
Oh dear, that's.
Does Brenna see Corin? Does Corin see Brenna?
No.
I'm gonna walk out of the tent with food in my hand.
It seems the birds have definitely been taken care of.
What was all that mess about?
Perhaps we should ask one of the locals.
Where are the locals?
I guess they're mulling about. We probably should walk towards them.
All right. I'm going to follow Corin to go investigate what the hell just happened.
You don't have to go very far. Your tents are all in a pretty close circumference around this fire. You walk out, people.
Poppy's
Pardon me.
gonna see them and kind of look and kind of like do one of these, like, what happened?
What sort of birds are these?
Corin made a big sound, and then all of a sudden I heard screaming of animal type screaming.
I mean, I had a nice little bird's eye view. I just want to know what attracted them to attack your tent.
Corin's gonna look directly at Krathok.
Look, I got hungry and I needed something to fill the stomach. Not my fault that the food was a little bit louder than I thought it'd be.
And you didn't think that perhaps, I don't know, even if the sound didn't attract them, perhaps, you know, their wild animal, food, smell.
I thought I could handle it. It's fine. You know, just evaded death falling from heights that I'd rather not think about again.
Hungry creatures inside, hungry creatures outside.
I guess if we ever run into them again, we can just send Krathok out. He can eat them.
You would make a good.
See who the bigger eater is.
You see the kind of representative that kind of spoke to you yesterday come out, and he kind of spots all four of you. Well, this is interesting and certainly unexpected.
We brought you breakfast.
You did this.
Well, I'm going to look at Corin. Specifically, he did this.
And he's just going to look over, and then you're going to see his head kind of angle down. You did this?
It's hard to believe for myself as well, but yes.
Huh. I mean, From the perspective of the tribe, we thank you. This is incredible, the amount of food that we've been able to acquire in the past few days alone, due to all of you, between your griffins, I understand, regrettably, and this raft of penguins. It's glorious. Normally, we let them pass through the camp. These creatures are vicious. But they're blind. So if you don't move, they just walk on through. That's why everyone keeps so bundled tight at night. But never did we think to make a noise over the fire. Never did I think they would actually jump in.
Well, now you know. That's how you defeat these assholes.
Indeed.
Glad to be of help, especially as you've helped us.
Yes, well, when the Frostmaiden chooses you, it's something we take into serious account here. That said, what a feast, what a blessing you have been. We're being graced by the maiden for sure, as penguins are most sacred creatures. Not that we won't eat them, but they are representative of all the things cold, from the fun that they have to the life that they live to their hardy nature. Stalwart in the cold, they magnificent. And he reaches over to one of the birds that's kind of roasting and just rips off one of the wings. Incredibly tasty. Please, do help yourselves to as much as you'd like. We do have whatever could be salvaged that didn't immediately burn itself to a crisp is being prepared so it can be stored and salted long term, but anything on the fire, please help yourselves. Eat your fill. We're expecting the queen to be back sometime around midday. Hopefully we'll this will be a real treat. She won't be expecting this, I'm sure.
Oh, a bit of breakfast would help.
Breakfast is always a good thing.
Yeah,
Well, you've already had breakfast. Now you want brunch?
No, that was a snack. Okay, that was a snack.
Poppy shakes her head at Krathok.
What about second breakfast? Lunch, dinner, supper? I don't think she knows about those.
I doubt she knows about those.
And he walks off. And you see people continue to hustle and bustle and kind of move around and cook and do various things. And you seem to be left to your own devices.
Well, should we reconvene in...
Go ahead.
Oh, should we reconvene in the tent?
Yes.
Sounds good. So, I don't know, we'll walk back to whoever's tent.
You want to rock, paper, scissors?
Perhaps just for a chat.
Corin's tent is close. Our tent is closest, right?
They're probably about the same.
Located. It's about the same.
Well, just come back to our tent.
Oh.
All right.
Oh.
You make your way back.
So Poppy's going to go back to her tent. Hopefully everybody follows.
Yep.
I follow.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to walk in the complete opposite direction. No, I'll follow.
Split the party. Split the party.
So Drathar, where did you go?
Spelunking.
Poppy just kind of eyes him.
I went and had a nice talk with a lovely young man, older man. He was a man. Hard to tell with humanoids. Humans, they age differently. Either way, he's a young man to me. So, young man. And we, and made no noise, which is, the normal outcome most people come to when crazed, bloodthirsty animals are terrorizing a camp. And then I watched everything unfold through my owl's eyes, which was quite entertaining. I did manage to get my alchemy kit back.
That's
Oh,
splendid.
good. That may be helpful if we need it.
Maybe.
I'd hope so. Ow, sorry. Just pop my back. If only I could get my hammer back.
Well, I don't think they want us to have any weapons while we're within the camp, sadly.
True.
We'll probably keep to that rule for now, try to be a little diplomatic.
H.
It is a little strange to be saved by the Frost Queens or Frost Maidens worshippers. I'm not quite sure where they fall.
Wait, I don't know where they fall.
Well, they probably worship her, but she probably doesn't care. So
Possibly.
It's probably of a thing where they just worship her because they want to. They need a reason to, for all this to happen. And she just does her thing anyways.
Yeah, well, I mean, they keep talking about the Frost Maiden with reverence, like, it's like they think she's their god.
I don't think that really matters right now. You can't really do anything until the queen gets back anyways.
True. We should definitely be on our best behavior.
And worrying about if they're, worshippers or not, they don't seem to be a threat to us yet.
True.
Very true. They're not threatening us. They're feeding us and taking care of us for now.
As for being on our best behavior, and then Poppy kind of looks up at Krathok.
I'm always on my best behavior.
I'll remember to talk to a certain town speaker about that.
No, she knows.
I think the whole town knew.
They won't forget the name Krathok the Bear Hauler for a while.
Poppy just shakes her head again. Well, I suppose we should go get breakfast. And then she's just gonna walk out of the tent.
And perhaps second breakfast.
Always can have a second breakfast.
Corn follows.
Then let's go eat. Perhaps they'll have more news for us or something.
No news is good news. The rest of the morning is pretty uneventful. Corin, you do have a chance glancing with Brenna, who bats some eyes at you. But she keeps her distance for now.
I wonder if she forgave him because he brought all this food.
You never know.
What only Corin knows, because he hasn't shared anything about the letter.
Anyone else have anything they want to do this morning?
No, not this morning.
Now, again, it's been over a month. You have to refresh my mind. When did we actually level up?
Last session.
Last session.
Yeah, it was like right before last session type thing.
Right.
Yeah.
We leveled up after we fell down and went boom.
Yeah.
Yes.
Basically.
So has anyone contemplated their level up in terms of things that they were going to do or things they might have learned as a result of the encounter that has gone into your level up?
I did change a spell out.
Okay.
I don't think I really had anything at level 7. Get my book.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got a new spell
Yeah.
now. I got to change.
Yeah. So the long fall and banging my head gave me the ability to do an extra attack.
Good, we knocked some things loose.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. The limber.
That's about all I got from the level up. If I'm not mistaken.
The fierceness of battle made you a little bit quicker on the battlefield.
A little bit quicker on the swings.
I learned a new spell.
What did you learn?
I don't remember. Seriously.
Way too long.
No, I don't remember if it was wait. Okay. I'll have to look at this closer because I have 3 spells here. And I should have 4 first level spells and 3 second level spells.
So you need many spells.
I need a few more.
I got Misty Step.
Nice.
Ooh.
Jealous.
I considered that one.
Because right now I have Cure Wounds, Pass Without a Trace, and Summon Beast.
Ooh.
That might have been it.
Yeah, I would. We'll have to talk through some of those abilities. I just wanted to make sure that we covered them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wait, that's a fifth level attack. I didn't know
Right.
that.
I changed it out.
Wait.
Yep.
Well, good. I just want to make sure.
Oh no. Sorry. I need one more first level spell. Is what I need.
So feel free to look those up and then.
Oh,
feel free
okay.
to ping
Now I
me
know what it
afterwards.
is. No, okay.
Yeah.
So banging my head didn't give me the extra attack. I already had that from the 5th level. Banging my head gave me the ability to increase through the aura of alacrity. My walking speed has been increased by 10 feet. And anybody in my within 5 feet also has their walking speed increased 10 feet until the end of that turn.
Ooh.
So is that like a spell you have to cast, or is it an ability?
Nope. It's just an automatic
passive buff?
feature. Yeah, it's a passive buff.
Sweet. So anytime you're within how close do you have to be?
5 feet? Yeah, anybody within 5 feet of me gets an increase of 10 feet until the end of that turn.
Well, I don't know if Poppy wants to be that close to Krathok.
You guys will win all the potato sack races.
or the 3-legged race.
Yeah, the 3-legged race. Get your legs tied together. Everyone's moving faster.
Everybody would just be dragged along anyway, but whatever.
Yeah, I just had to sit on Krathok's foot, and he just he'd be 2-legged at that point.
That's awesome.
I'd technically still be faster than Krathok if I was within 5 feet of him.
That's awesome. Okay, I just want to make sure you guys remembered your level ups for no reason in particular.
See.
No.
So, look again. Yeah, I need one more first level spell.
Find yourself a spell as we're moving along.
Because if it makes you feel better, I do 4d6 sneak damage now.
Oh God. Why?
Because rogue.
Because rogue? That makes no sense.
It's just rogues.
Okay, I'm gonna have to wait and do it because I have lots of questions
Yeah.
on some stuff. So, and
Plenty
I'm not
of
gonna take up
questions.
the time to do now.
No, it's
So-
fine. We will talk about it over the week. Anyway, so just wanted to make sure you all brought those things in the presence of mind and made sure to look over those things so you know what your abilities are. That said, you guys make your way through the morning. Is there anything else you wanted to discuss amongst yourselves? You guys are just kind of going to BS a little bit in the tent and that's it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Poppy's just gonna kind of just stay in like the immediate area, just looking. I mean, not really necessarily investigating anything, but just kind of taking it all in. She's just kind of, she almost is like kind of, she's in kind of just inside her head looking at everything, just kind of, you know, there's just something about this place but she just doesn't really know what, just kind of a deja vu-y fog type thing.
Indeed. Drathar, is there anything you wanted to do with your alchemy kit, or are you just trying to get your hands on it? You have a little downtime.
I would
so
just
I'm trying
probably use
get
it to
your-
mess around. I'd probably do it just to practice, see if there's any other potions or anything I could make. I wouldn't be trying to make anything specific.
Gotcha.
Check the pH of the soil.
Perfect. Take the pH of the soil. This is pure snow.
Yeah, that's water.
You know what the street value of this mountain is worth? Anyway. Too many movie quotes. All right. So, if everyone else is okay with their downtime, there's nothing else you wanted to do, no one you wanted to talk to, nothing you wanted to see, we'll move on. Going once, going twice. The rest of the morning passes rather uneventfully. You see people in the camp kind of begin to go about their daily activities. There are people that are working to process the meat of the penguins. You see people trying to skin and recover what hides they can from the penguins that weren't completely destroyed in the fire. They're very efficient, trying to make use of all of the different pieces and parts of the birds and kind of categorize them. You see other people that are kind of moving away from camp and coming back periodically in the morning with all kinds of just various tasks. It's a very busy place. It doesn't seem like anyone's really sitting idle, except for the guards that are very present and are noticeable, as there are a couple of guards kind of standing between each of the tents around the circle. So, and they are not rude or over intrusive, but they are certainly present and are keeping an eye on all of you and the rest of camp. As the kind of light of day begins to emerge, again, what total of 4 hours of light you get every day, at kind of the peak brightness, you hear a horn go off at the far edge of camp. And everyone kind of stops what they're doing, kind of turns to look and begins to kind of clear various things out and clear a path around the bonfire. Are you all in your tents?
Poppy is at this
Yeah.
point.
I
Just
think
kind of
Yes, yeah. I'm
chit
still in my
chatting
tent.
with Drathar a little bit, you know, just watching him play with his alchemy kit.
Probably
I'm
perk
just
up
relaxing.
after hearing the horn. Probably perk up and find out what's going on.
Yeah.
So as you step out of your tents, you see that people are clearing out of the main space around the fire, which a number of people do help to keep going. They don't fuel it to be quite as big of a bonfire as it has been the previous evening. It's a much more modest fire that's more controlled and more sustainable, as the amount of wood that it takes to sustain this thing is pretty
Ridiculous.
incredible. So they are kind of, again, clearing this space out, and you can see kind of as snow continues to fall and the wind continues to blow that there's this kind of haze, and through the haze you kind of get a picture of what looks like a number of kind of individuals, and then one kind of other individual that seems to be riding some sort of creature off in the distance.
Riding in the distance, you see?
You see the main kind of this person you've been interacting with kind of walks over to you. All right. I'm going to need you all to come and stand over here. And he kind of directs you over to the queen's tent. All right, please line up over here. The queen's coming. You hear the horn? Queen's coming. That's right. Stand up straight. Yes.
The queen's coming, huh?
Yes, the queen. And you would do well to hold your tongue until she speaks to you first. Am I understood?
Oh, totally.
Poppy nods.
understanding.
Absolutely.
She will have been coming back from a hunt with the hunters. They've been gone for about a day and a half or so. 2 days. Hopefully they come back with something ample. We have been following the deer as they continue to migrate across the tundra. Are you all ready?
Yep.
Again, don't speak unless spoken to. All right. And as you wait, kind of standing outside the queen's tent, you begin to see her more clearly as she kind of processes through the kind of northern point of camp. She has probably 4 or 5 different other hunters that are walking beside her, and she is riding atop this great saber-toothed cat. It's got long stripes kind of down its arms and across its back, and it seems to be saddled with some sort of kind of a very, very light leather saddle with a big blue pad underneath. The queen herself is clad in kind of what looks like a fur armor. Mixtures of leathers and various creatures, everything dyed blue with a white kind of outline, a white fringe of fur outline. She even has a pauldron that appears to be made out of the rib cage of some animal, so it's got kind of large pointy spikes that are kind of coming over each of her shoulders, and something similar that seems to be coming out from off of her back. And as she rides in, you kind of see her more kind of a little bit of a darker complexion with jet black hair and these very piercing green eyes. And she looks at all of you and doesn't say anything, and then looks over at her main kind of, her main man in the village. Isar? Who are these people? Greetings, my queen. These 4 were kissed by the Frostmaiden. They were blessed by her. These 2 were even preserved in ice. Look at them. Brilliant. We found them just outside camp. We thought she might devour them, but she left them. Knowing that we are near, we decided to care for them. And now they're here presented for you, my queen. And he quickly takes a knee and lowers his head. You should bow now. He speaks back to all of you.
Poppy kind of lowers her head. She's been kind of like looking more down the whole time anyway. Just really not making eye contact with anybody.
Corin will do the cross it across his midsection and bow.
I as well bow. But I mean, I'm a big guy.
Rathar will bow as well.
You see her dismount the tiger. Go get yourself something to eat, Grava. Someone will take care of you. And you see one of the hunters kind of grab a couple leather straps that are attached to the tiger's kind of saddle and begin leading it over to where there seems to be some food for it. It gives you a passing glance. Don't worry, Grava. Everything will be fine. You four, follow me. And she takes you inside her tent, or she beckons you inside her tent, where she goes and sits down on her throne. Isar, find them a place to sit, please. And you see Isar get up, and he kind of gathers a couple benches for you to sit in. Let us sit and talk. I am most interested to hear about your encounter with our blessed maiden, and why it is that my men feel that you are blessed by the maiden. Anyone care to elaborate for me? What it is you were doing, how it is you came to be in her glorious presence, and why you were left for dead?
I'll let Corn explain.
Well, we were flying our griffins south and came across a giant owl which attacked us, which we assume is the Frost Maiden, and left us in the state that you see. Well, observed.
Her eyes kind of narrow at you. You met the maiden mid-flight, and she left you on the ground. Two of you encapsulated in ice. The other two barely breathing, so my men say. What happened from you being in the air to getting on the ground?
A giant storm was formed that brought our griffins down.
Very true.
You see her kind of shift in her throne. A giant storm.
Yes, from the owl itself.
Stop calling her the owl.
Sorry,
You
Frost
petty
Maiden.
halfling. You refer to her as the maiden. Truly, you shouldn't even refer to her as that. You should refer to her by her true name, the goddess Auril.
As
To
you
do
wish.
less than so is to garner her wrath, which you seem to have already done a good job of doing. See, I'm at odds as what to do with you. Unlike my people here who believe you to be blessed and have received the Ice Maiden's mercy, I'm not so sure. That said, I hear that your griffins did provide our camp with some much-needed resources by way of food, and that you, halfling, performed some kind of magic to eradicate an entire raft of penguins, which are now being processed as food and other resources for my tribe. So I'm at odds what to do with you. You, Goliath, I assume you were of the Sky Tower if you were riding griffins.
Pirate.
Griffin Nation 10.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I'm trying to debate on how to respond accordingly without offending you.
Speak plainly.
Yes, but there was our griffins from my tribe up in, and they not going to be too happy we lost them.
I can imagine not. Though I do know there are some in your midst that do worship the maiden as we do. Perhaps when you tell them that they were sacrificed to the maiden, that they will not be so quick to judge you harshly.
It could be likely.
I would hope more than likely. If any of us are to survive this winter, we must garner favor with the maiden. I myself live to do so. I've given everything to the maiden. Everything.
Everything?
Everything that wasn't taken has been given. I'm sure you heard by now that the king was recently lost.
We've kind of been out of it for a while. In the other parts of the 10 towns, we just happened to come back over here because I knew I could get the get my tribe to help us in our adventures.
The 10 towns. Bah! No,
Hey, they're good people out there in the 10 towns.
Good people with no respect for our tribes, no respect for our ways, no respect for the land, no respect for their own people, and no respect for the goddess. You will find no love for the towns here. There's a reason that we like to be separate from their corruption. Prefer to be on our own. Oh, I'm sorry. Is there something funny?
No, sorry, I was laughing out of character at Sakura. She's been a little ridiculous.
And you. You. Why do I feel like I've seen you before? She looks at Drathar.
I have one of those faces.
Indeed. I feel like we've met.
I mean, that's very possible.
From where do you hail?
Back alleys and bars.
You're not wrong. That has been my most recent establishment on the road, but my family most recently has been from the 10 towns.
Which? I don't know, there's something about your face, like I've either seen you or we've worked together before. You get around a bunch, don't you? What's your name?
My name is Drathar. You either have seen me, or if you've seen someone that looks like me, may have seen my brother. But I doubt Amon's been out here.
Ah. Perhaps. And you, girl, don't be afraid. You can look at me in the face. I don't bite.
Poppy just kind of peeks up a little bit.
What's your name, girl?
I'm Poppy.
What kind of a name is Poppy?
I don't know. I mean, that's what I was given.
Hmm. You just see her looking very intently at you. It's quiet for at least a minute. She's just glaring at you, very inquisitively. Where do you come from, girl?
Poppy just kind of looks at Drathar. I'm not sure.
You're not sure. Why not? You see her reach over and grab a horn and begin to pour something into it. Starts drinking. Shifts herself again.
I'm told I was put. Poppy's like being very careful on what she's saying because of all their references to the Frostmaiden. I was told I was put under some sort of spell that wiped my memory.
Oh,
Or nuts.
a spell. Who? Who casts a spell on you? As I may be weary of them in the future.
I just know it was somebody or something very powerful.
Go ahead and give me a deception roll.
Ooh.
20, dirty 20.
Roll.
Something powerful indeed. Poppy, as you stare at the queen, you can't help but notice very similar facial features to your own. The shape of your eyes, the pitch of your cheekbones, your nose, very, very similar. And as you're looking at her, she's staring back at you. I apologize. I don't mean to be rude in my stare. You're just incredibly beautiful.
Thank you, ma'am.
It's unfortunate that you do not know where you hail from, as I might make it a point to send some of my hunters there to breed more beauty into our tribe. I myself don't have any children. anymore.
Anymore?
She kind of gives you a look and doesn't respond. I haven't yet decided what to do with you. If the Frost Maiden did indeed show you mercy, it is not for me to go against her will, as I make it a point to try and be a vassal for her. That said, I cannot also overlook the gracious bounty that you have provided for my tribe. In these things, I am inclined to give you aid in whatever your endeavors might be. That said, there's still a reservation. I can't quite put my finger on it. It could just be that I'm tired from a long hunt and need to rest and eat something. Isar, bring me some food, please. And a moment later, you see a man just kind of come in with a plate of food. I think it best that you return back to your tents. Feel free to walk about our little tent city here. We will be leaving in the next day or so. I'll figure out to do with you then, whether we part ways or not. If there's anything else you think I should know, this is your last chance. I will pass judgment on what to do with you after you leave.
Poppy is most likely sitting next to Drathar, and she just kind of touches Drathar's leg, just more as like a touchstone, because she's just very confused about everything.
Oh, sorry. Was a distracted puppy. I was wondering if she was actually willing to bite me. Just a thought.
The queen
It
kind
was
of
a strange
gives
threat.
What?
It was a strange threat. It doesn't bite.
I have a saber-toothed tiger, Drathar.
Well, I doubt he'd bite me. I think he'd eat me. There's a difference.
She would most certainly bite you. And yes, devour you. But so might I. I am famished. Before I do that, I think it best that you all leave. If there is anything else anyone would like to discuss with me, I'll let the guards know not to kill you on sight when you try and approach my tent.
That would be great.
Very well.
Also, I was informed that one of you was around the perimeter of the camp last evening. If you're looking for your things, they're stored toward the north end of camp in the outer ring. We do not permit anyone outside the tribe to have weapons in the inner circle, as I am sure you were informed. Please do not try and retrieve anything else from it. Should you be allowed to leave, your weapons and all other possessions will be returned to you at that time. Am I clear?
Mm-hmm.
I
Crystal.
will admit that was me. Now it's more me sneaking around of the penguins. So a nice man of yours did let me have my alchemy kit.
Yes, we'll have a word with Frederick. Please, return to your tents. We'll speak more later.
Sounds good to me. And I'm going to stand up and start walking out.
Goran will give a light bow and then also follow.
Right there is going to turn around and leave.
Poppy gets up, just kind of nods her head and hands kind of folded in front of her and leaves.
The whole time that you're leaving Poppy, her eyes are not leaving you. You don't even think that she blinked at this point. And you exit the tent. And the four of you once again are back outside. It's begun snowing a bit harder than normal. You're seeing snow kind of pile up on the tents, and periodically people are kind of taking poles and poking stuff off as snow falls and collects and falls again.
Poppy's
cold,
just
and you're standing outside.
Poppy walks back to her tent. She's just kind of disturbed, being stared at so intently. She's not quite sure what to think.
I'm gonna see if I can get some more of that fried penguin.
I'm going to get some food as well, then I'll return to the tent.
Corin's going to use Storm Guide to help prevent snow from falling in a 20-foot radius around me. As we walked back towards the tent.
You're gonna do what?
You gain the ability to subtly control the weather around you. If it's rainy, you can use an action to cause the rain to stop falling in a 20-foot radius. It's windy, you can use a bonus action each round. It's called
awesome.
Storm Guide. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That is awesome. So the weather's really nice when you're around Corin, is that it?
Well, it's no longer like snowing around you. Like the snow falls elsewhere.
You're like a reverse.
So it gets worse everywhere else.
Yeah.
I love it. You're literally reverse snow globe.
Yeah.
That's awesome. All right. So you make your way back and get your food. You're back in your tents. You have some time to RP.
Well, that was an experience.
Oh, yeah. I don't know what to take of that woman. If it wasn't for y'all's safety, I might have, just punched her in the mouth.
I mean, that's always an option. I'm not against necessarily. So we do have to talk about the proverbial cat in the bag.
Oh, we're talking about the way that Poppy looks exactly like her.
She was staying very intensely towards her.
The fact that Poppy still doesn't remember where she's from, I think we may have found it.
Yeah, I would definitely concur.
So
Poppy's just kind of looking at him, shaking her head, just kind of she's just kind of, she has no words.
Well, I will say the queen was right when she said the Frostmaiden took everything, because Poppy.
You think I'm related to her?
That or you're her doppelganger, then one of you has to kill the other. So I'm gonna go with you're related.
Can we put? I'm gonna put 5 gold piece that she's the doppelganger. I just want to watch them fight to the death. Let's be honest. Be entertainment.
Do they appear similar in age, or is there an age difference? Do I need to do like an insight type of thing to?
I'm good at your telling elf's age.
Yeah, go ahead and give us an insight.
All right, it's plus nothing. Let's go.
Oh, that
That's
rolled
a
right
2.
over that 20. No,
No, Cord doesn't know. They're humans, or not human. Half elves.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
You don't know if she's half elf or full elf.
True.
The queen, I mean.
Not quite
I
sure
mean-
I'm used to halflings.
Can we do a
How-
DNA test, please? Where's Maori? I need Maori.
23andMe.
Father is.
23andMe.
Hey, I've got my alchemy kit. We can do it anytime.
Geigen could be Maori.
Oh God.
So,
Hold
I
on,
mean,
so-
how do you think she looks like me? I'm very fair and I have blue eyes. Poppy just kind of trails off.
Corn, to answer your previous question, even though you got a 2, you feel like there's certainly a more mature look to the queen. She has the eyes of more experience than Poppy, and she's certainly much more sure of herself. You would have to assume, obviously, she is, at least at some point, a considerable amount older than Poppy to be leading a Reged tribe.
Yeah, if not an aunt, it could be direct. It's hard to say.
And then Mimi, Poppy, I'm going to need you to make a constitution save, and we will find out why when we come back from our break.
Yay!
Break.
I want to see the roll, though.
Cliffhanger. See that roll. Oh my god.
Okay.
17.
All right. We'll see how that works out for you. Sage, you have a fantastic night. We'll see how that works out. I'm texting Maury. Damn it.
Sorry, I looked it up.
That's
I will
great.
be.
All right.
We'll
Yeah,
take a
quick break.
short break. I'm going to be hanging out here in chat,
I'll be right back.
saying what's up to everybody, giving everybody else a chance to stretch their leggies. I have been doing Peloton classes, and so my legs are sore constantly. Oh, gotta get that Peloton. Oh, I don't have a Peloton bike. I just bought a not Peloton spin bike, but I've been doing the classes, and holy crap. Yeah. Let's just say they're no joke. They are no joke. Also, reminder, if y'all are new here, please make sure and hit the follow button. That way you can come and hang out. Rime of the Frostmaiden is every Monday night on the Twitch side, Dungeon Nytes Twitch channel. Over on the Trovo, that is every Monday night as well. Additional streams of mine you can find at trovo.live/nighttide on Wednesday nights, where I stream just regular old games. I did download Skyrim. I downloaded Breath Edge. I want to play some different things. We'll see. I'm new. I mean old. New world. I definitely want to get back into playing some games and streaming some stuffs, but man, I don't know how many of you have experience in world building, but it's an experience. And like creatively, it's like it goes in spurts, right? Like you get these moments of inspiration where like I can't stop, and then there's just like blanks. So I've been trying to consume different types of media, especially because it's a horror campaign. And I've been finding that my go-to right now is anime. Horror anime has been hella inspiring. I watched Hellsing, and then I started watching Hellsing Ultimate. So good.
Yeah.
For as old as it is, so freaking good.
It really is, yeah.
I'm not a big fan of like his overall design. Like the red suit with the huge hat and the goggles and the frilly. It suits him perfectly, but I hate it.
I'm down with it.
I think it makes him look too comical. But it also dates him, which I guess is the point.
Mm-hmm.
Then when he goes God
You ever
mode,
seen the-
though, the suit when he goes God mode's awesome.
You ever caught the abridged version? It's
No.
comedy gold.
I have not seen the abridged version. I think I need to watch that. I'll probably watch that after I get done with Ultimate.
Yeah, it's comedy gold.
It's cool having watched the whole series, which I guess is only 13 episodes. And they're
Mhm.
like 30 minutes long, and then you go back and you watch Ultimate, which is all these OVAs. They're like almost an hour long a piece. And almost the entirety of the first season is like in the first 3 or 4 episodes of Ultimate. It's because they're so much
Mhm.
longer.
Yeah.
It's neat. So if anyone has any recommendations for some good horror anime,
I told you about Garden of Sinners, right?
you told me about what?
Did I tell you about Garden of Sinners?
No? Maybe?
Kara no Kyokai.
Garden of Sinners.
Yeah. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I need some straight up horror.
That one's more psychological horror. It's not like gory or whatever.
I'm okay with that. Psychological horror is good. I like.
Yeah.
I think one of the things that I'm trying to do more of or watch more of is kind of understand some of the Cthulhu mythos a bit more.
Mm.
And
Okay.
just to
I
get a whole
approve.
other, just to get a whole other perspective on that dimension. Because
What do you
there's
approve?
so many people I know that are fans of like Cthulhu lore and Cthulhu kind of, fantasy and horror.
Pirate is a Cthulhu person.
Is he?
Cthulhu.
So am I.
So
Call of Cthulhu is an interesting RPG.
Ghost Hunt for a horror anime? Thank you.
We had a good session.
Yeah, we did. None of us went crazy though.
Yeah, we escaped because we did everything perfectly right. I
Yeah,
was
surprisingly, I was blown
But
away. That
except one thing, I didn't get my butler back inside,
Mm,
and he ended up dying.
Ooh.
Yeah.
See, that's the thing. Like a lot of Cthulhu is more like noir setting,
Hmm.
and I'm looking to see if there's like actual Cthulhu that's like fantasy setting.
Technically, Pathfinder has a Cthulhu mythos in it. That's what the King in Yellow stuff that I've been running is. Or one shots.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of the King in Yellow in multiple other works now, and I was like, oh, I thought this was like a Gigan thing, and no, it's like apparently it's not.
Nope, it's Cthulhu.
It's Cthulhu. Great.
Well, it's not Cthulhu itself, but it's another Cthulhu god.
Yeah. I think I recently was blessed with getting some rule books sent to me. I was really happy about. There were PDFs, and I have yet to go through them, but they were awesome.
I might have to look into Ghost Hunt.
Where the hell did they go?
Ghost Hunt was a good one.
I'm like only halfway through Hunter x Hunter, so once I get done with that, I can only do so much subtitle reading at a time because usually I'm watching it while I'm doing other stuff.
Really?
Yeah. Like when I play Tarkov, I like to watch it in between raids.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, because sometimes the queue times take a while, so it's like I'll watch a little bit here, watch a little bit there. And then like when I'm playing Final Fantasy, if we're doing like MSQ, then yeah, I'm definitely watching like an episode and a half. Because MSQ is just so it's like its majority of it is all cutscenes. The actual fighting is daily roulette main scenario quest, not the actual main scenario. Because I've watched every freaking cutscene from that. But like daily roulette, you do it so often, and you watch the freaking cutscenes, and the fighting is actually just like a minute of the entire hour that you spend in there. Geigen will tell you. And so will Nightbringer will tell you. We end up, most people just like watch a Netflix show or something during MSQ roulettes.
Definitely.
I am so confused as to where I saved those docs, because I know I downloaded them, and now I'm sad. Where
What
did I put
docs?
them? Oh, because they're still my downloads. Yeah. So I was sent, very thankful to be sent, like the Call of Cthulhu PDF edition. 7th edition. It's like I have the rule book. I need to look through some of that stuff and understand it better. Yeah, it's freaky. It's freaky. I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear no more. I want to hear more about it, but I want to see about how I can apply it to a different type of a setting, a not so modern setting.
I'm sure you can wing it.
Oh yeah. Or listening to the audiobooks. That's the other thing. I think I have like 7 Audible credits. I think I could probably pick up, Call of Cthulhu. Or if there's a good book. Any good book recommendations? I'm all down for that too.
Count of Monte Cristo.
Monte Cristo sandwich.
I bought my niece
All right, Vetter.
I bought my niece Count of Monte Cristo for
Night,
Christmas.
Ooh.
But I bought her the mango version because apparently that's a thing, is mango version of classics.
Oh, that's
I
interesting.
don't know what it is.
And she because she's really into freaking manga now.
Yeah, I'm just not a picture book person.
I like imagining a lot of it myself. It's the best
That's
part
of
about
the magic
reading.
of books. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Gotta
Like,
let your own mind scare you.
I've read every Tom Clancy novel written by Tom Clancy, not like, written by somebody else with his name on it.
Right.
No, it really is. Count of Monte Cristo is my favorite fiction book ever.
It's a great. I really enjoyed the more recent adaptation.
I linked something in a Discord, our group chat.
Oh, okay. Let me take a little pic there, and then we'll get back started.
But I'm also a big Dumas fan, so that also helps.
Pardon?
He's the author.
Dumas.
Alexander Dumas. He wrote
Yes.
Three Musketeers, Count of Monte Cristo.
Right, Sakura? Mary Shelley's version.
Mary Shelley's Frankenstein is pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah. That was one of Henry Cavill's first movies that I had seen him in. The Count of Monte Cristo.
It's just a really good like revenge story.
He played this. That was actually his second movie. Did something called Vendetta in 2001, and then Count of Monte Cristo was his second film ever. 2002.
Mary Shelley, H.G. Wells.
2002. Frick, I'm old.
Jules Verne. I love all the classics, man.
He was
You
in
ever wanna-
Stardust? Sorry. I'm looking at his IMDb.
Wait, he was in Stardust?
Apparently.
Huh.
Stardust is like one of those movies that, like, when other people know it, I'm so confused and delighted. Because it's such
You're
a
like, why did you
awesome
watch it?
movie. No, Stardust is an awesome movie. That is, I will stand by that. It is a fantastic fantasy movie. And like the cast of Stardust is insane. Like, that's one of those movies that's like, why did people not watch this movie? like Claire Danes, Charlie
Because it came out in a
Cox,
weird time, didn't it?
AKA Daredevil, most recently Daredevil. Sienna Miller, Ian McKellen. He was the narrator.
Robert De Niro.
Yeah, Ben Barnes also from.
It's
that,
I
is
didn't
a lot of
watch it until
people.
recently.
Henry
My
Cavill
brother
was in it as Humphrey. I don't remember who it was. Peter O'Toole, though. Jason Fleming. Mark Strong. De Niro was in it too. Yeah, I mean, like,
Mhm.
there's a lot of big names and faces are in that movie. And De Niro's like, isn't he like in a dress too? He's like a captain of a ship, but he's a
Yes,
cross-dresser.
he's a cross dresser. Yeah,
It's hilarious. It's a fantastic
and his whole crew,
movie.
his whole crew knows.
But they pretend not to. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Rupert Everett in it. My goodness. Michelle Pfeiffer was in it.
Michelle plays an amazing bad guy.
Yes. So good. Yeah, De Niro, Ricky Gervais.
I forgot. Oh yeah, Ricky Gervais was in it.
Trying to think if there's any other names that I see that are bigger names. But yeah, a lot of good names. That was a good movie. If you haven't seen Stardust, go for it. All right. We're going to get back and jump back into it. So,
Oh yeah.
are you ready, Poppy?
No.
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 Or yes.
Nope.
Poppy.
I mean, if she's not ready, I can roll to see if I remember the queen at all. I mean, I have 100 years to remember.
Oh, yeah.
That'll stay for like 2 seconds worth of time.
Sure. You want to roll for that?
Yeah, I want to see if I can remember her at all.
Okay.
What do you want me to roll for it, though?
It's a great question.
Insight?
More of a history, isn't it?
It's
Or
more of a
history.
history.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's more of a history check. But yeah.
History would be 12.
Do you have anything do you have a better bonus to your insight?
No.
Okay. So 12 is
Now, if it was like intelligence saving throw, I'd have a +5.
intelligence would be a better roll for that. Yeah. We'll go with intelligence.
That'd be a 15 then.
All right. So, yeah, from memory, yeah, intelligence. So, Drathar, you kind of are standing there, kind of staring off into space a little bit, trying to think about how you would remember the queen. And it's taken you a bit because it was probably a ways back, a number of years back, and a lot's happened, and things are a little mixed up with the whole memory swapping thing. But you begin to draw on a memory. You begin to draw on a memory just as Poppy collapses to the ground. Poppy, you fall to your knees, gasping for air. And as you pull your head up, you see Drathar staring straight into your eyes. Drathar, you see Poppy's eyes are fully dilated. And Poppy, to you, the world goes blank. You can't actually see. You are reliving memories from your childhood, things that you have repressed into the deepest recesses of your being. These aren't things that were affected by your memory wipe. These are things that you have blocked out because they were so painful. You remember being a young girl, thrust into a still moving river by your mother, who ignored your cries as you half drowned as you were falling down the river or being carried by its current. You remember sinking beneath the surface, cold, afraid, when you were grabbed by a bear, a massive polar bear in its jaws, and dropped cold on shore. But the bear didn't eat you. The bear transformed into a Goliath woman, who then escorted you to one of the 10 towns. Where you grew up and lived your life, renamed as Poppy.
Poppy's just gasping for air, just kind of hyperventilating.
As you're doing this, Drathar, your memories of how you know the Queen, where you were sent to investigate the various tribes, to keep tabs on where they were moving, and to learn more about this Queen who was heard to be worshiping the Frostmaiden in a most severe way. You remember following the tribe and hearing that shortly before you had arrived, the Queen had sacrificed her only child to the Frostmaiden to prove her strength as leader and also her devout worship of Oriel the Maiden. Poppy, once again, you're gasping.
Poppy's just gasping. She's, oh my God. She's like almost in a panic and just keeps repeating, oh my God, oh my God. And she's looking up at Drathar. And she's recognizing that Drathar it's like Drathar almost knows what's going on as well. And she just looks at Drathar and asks, can it be?
If what you think you are seeing, your memories, it has to be. I mean, what do you think, Poppy?
Is she my mother? I grew up.
Poppy, check your Discord DMs.
I did.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
I remember almost being lost and was taken to Targos by a Goliath woman. She kind of glances at Krathok.
It wasn't me. I'm not old enough.
Krathok. Oh, that's your problem, Krathok? You're not old enough?
I don't think you have. Well, your boobs, I think, are bigger than hers, but that's another story.
Wow.
Poppy,
Wow.
we
Anyway.
can't judge Krathok. Could have been a woman before. Let's not judge him.
Yeah. No judgment on my part.
Mhm.
But I remember like almost being lost and taken to Targos, my father. And then Poppy's just gonna stare wide-eyed at Drathar. Like
I'm not her father.
like
The lie detector test has said that was a lie.
like you killed my father.
Shame on you, Geigen. Shame on you.
And she kind of just sits back.
Well, not gonna lie. If it came to it again, I'd do it all over again.
Why did you kill him?
He was a danger. He worked for the Zentarum, and also he wanted to hurt the party.
But why didn't he know me? And my mother? Poppy's just very confused at the moment,
The
trying to
magic-
put all the pieces together.
Poppy, at that time, the magic was still affecting all of us.
I think I need.
We're all here, right? In the same tent.
Yeah.
I mean, you know Drathar.
I've trusted him all this time.
And we've all done things we aren't too proud of under the bewitching of the Frostmaiden.
Poppy stands up. I need a few minutes, and she walks out of the tent. And she's just kind of walking, the inner perimeter of the area there, just kind of staying out of people's way, but not too far so it's too cold. Close enough to the bonfire, I guess. Just kind of shaking her head. I don't understand. Why would she do that to me?
Well, you have the opportunity to ask her.
You're not with me.
Well,
Did you walk out of the tent with me?
No, I'm just saying, like, you have the opportunity to ask her.
And Poppy's thinking if Nerith really wasn't her father, who was, she's just kind of, there's a lot going through her mind right now, and she's trying to put the pieces together. With this.
Sorry, little DMs.
Poppy's just walking and thinking at the moment.
I think Gorn will step outside the tent and, I guess, keep an eye on Poppy.
Poppy, you don't even realize it, but your feet are unconsciously taking you over to the Queen's tent.
And Poppy's just standing in front of the Queen's tent. Just staring. Looking. She's twisting a ring on her finger. Just deep in contemplation. Wondering if she should go in and talk to the Queen or not. Not really necessarily noticing what's going on around her. I'm assuming she's kind of glancing at the guards that would be at the tent.
They're kind of staring through you at this point.
Poppy goes to walk into the Queen's tent.
The guards don't try and stop you. When you walk in, you see the Queen is not on her throne. She's kind of laying in this very large bed off to the side. She's kind of propped up on one arm and is just looking at you. Well, I was wondering how long it would take for you to come in here.
Are you my mother?
I certainly hope not. For your sake. My daughter was cast into the sea of moving ice many years ago. I sacrificed her myself to the Frostmaiden.
Why would you do that to me? And Poppy just kind of falls to her knees.
Oh, child. I sincerely hope that it wasn't you. Because if it was, perhaps you're the reason I haven't yet achieved my goal.
And what goal is that?
To live forever. There is none more devout to the goddess Auril than me. I've sacrificed my children. I've sacrificed other people's children. Sacrificed my life to her worship. And she's blessed me. And you see her pull out this hand axe. And as she kind of looks at it, her hand begins to glow a faint blue as you see ice form over the blade of the axe. You see, I already wield some of her power. I know that if I but give everything to her, eventually she will grant me eternal life. And I will serve her forever in this frozen, beautiful place.
Poppy stands up. She bows, kind of bows her head, bows. And she goes to leave. And walks out of the tent.
Queen says nothing so far.
Poppy goes back to where Drathar and Krathok are. I'm assuming Corin is following, still watching her, and follows her back in.
Yep. You're right, Miss Poppy.
No. That's my mother. I know it. I feel it. She is. I went and saw her, and I asked if she was my mother. And she said that she hoped for my sake I wasn't her daughter. She said that if I was her daughter, that perhaps she hasn't achieved her goal, which is to live forever. She worships this abomination that has done so much to us all, saying she was blessed. Then she pulled out this axe, and it was glowing, and ice was forming. She has some kind of power. Drathar, when earlier you looked like you remembered or knew who she was.
I just remember that I had been here before for reasons and that she had sacrificed her daughter to herself.
That's
All these
me.
other things. We all kind of figured that you look too similar. It's probably a good thing if we don't let her know for sure that you are her daughter. We tried to sacrifice you for a reason. If she finds you're alive, if she's sure that you're alive, or even if she just gets that doubt, there's a chance she might try to sacrifice you again to get whatever strange desire she wants.
Gordon furrows his brow. Do you think it's best that we leave now?
I think that we'll have to deal with this woman one way or another, either now or in the future.
Do you think we can survive with all the guards? Better to at least face her on even grounds than her own.
I mean, if I had my stuff, I think we'd be fine. We had our stuff.
I know where our stuff is. So if we get it, that would be an instant confrontation. Unless we can do it sneakily. But this is, either way, Poppy's mother. We're going to do something about her. Need to see how Poppy feels about it. And if she's fine with it, we have to decide, do we want to confront her now or later? If now, we'll have to do it at night. Quietly. Hopefully confront her with just us without her guards. Perhaps not eat any more snacks while we're sneaking around.
Oh, if you say so.
She talked about sacrificing other people's children.
That's also what Nearth did. A lot of people seem to be doing that.
What do you mean?
Argos. They sacrifice people just like most of the 10 towns. They think it's their way of bringing them protection.
He was always so good to me.
Nerf didn't sacrifice children, by the way. Adults, yes. Kids, no.
I never said he sacrificed kids. I just said he sacrificed people.
The way that conversation made it sound is like you just said
Yeah.
that he sacrificed kids. But just to be clear.
I don't remember him ever doing that. But then again, I was somewhat sheltered too. Why would I have been taken to him of all people?
Maybe the Goliaths just knew about people in Targos and took him to whoever was running Targos at the time.
Your family was part of Targos, wasn't it?
They were in Targos, yes.
Did you... I always knew you seemed familiar. I wonder if who I think was my father knew your family?
Everyone in Targus knew who Nerth was. We need to decide what we're going to do, though.
I agree.
You hear another horn blow outside.
I wonder what that's about.
I guess we should go find out.
I agree. Corn will open the tent flap.
I start walking out.
Poppy walks out.
As you all exit the tent, you are met with spears to your faces.
That's an interesting welcome.
Poppy just is kind of wide-eyed.
You see the queen kind of stand in between two of the guards. At first, I was tempted to give you mercy, as it seemed the maiden had seen it fit to do so. But now I see. I see why the blessings were brought to the Tiger tribe. This is not a chance for us to see the benevolence of the maiden. No. This is another test of loyalty, giving me a chance to prove once and for all just where my loyalty lies. I'm going to do it right this time. As is our way, I'll give you a small glimmer of hope. You will pick one to battle Scott. If you can defeat him, I'll let you go. And will say the mercy of the maiden be upon you. Lose, and the frosty flames will consume you all.
Do we get our stuff back for this fight? Or do we have to like bear rustle, or rustle in the snow? Because I mean, either way.
It'll be a fair fight. Scott? out of a tent, steps a massive man. He's a 7-foot-tall half-orc. That is every bit as jacked as you can be. He's got a huge square jaw, pale green skin,
Warren, you got this, right? And I smack him on the back.
he's wearing kind of fur boots and what looks like a leather fur kilt. And nothing else.
No crosslock.
Y'all
No,
know
you
I'm
prob-
you know I'm taking this fight. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about this. I was joking about sending the little man.
No, I mean, what about I take this fight?
You want this fight?
Kind of.
I mean, I expected you would be doing other things, you know, like Queen. But you know, I guess you know what? I will let you take this fight then.
I don't know. Why don't you get some yak's milk, Krafok? And that
I
would
mean,
get
that'll
rid
knock
of
out the whole
everybody.
village.
I don't like killing innocent people. Thank you.
What do you mean?
Well, that would kill all of us too. You know, that is.
True.
There's no allies when it comes to that.
All right, fine, Drathar. I am going to suppress everything inside of me that makes me want to just destroy this guy's face. Especially to be able to wield Whelm again. How I've missed her.
Okay. To the pit. And she motions over her shoulder to what you can now see are a number of different of the tribesfolk kind of hammering pegs into the ground, forming a large circle that they're igniting with small flames as they go. And we will leave it there.
Oh man, I was gonna. Oh, wait! Before we cut it,
Okay.
before we cut it, I'm going to grab Drathar, and I'm going to cast Shield of Faith.
Oh, okay. Just remember you did that.
Yep. So he will have a +2 bonus for AC for 10 minutes.
Would that stack with mage armor, or is he going to get armor? I assume he's getting armor.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm assuming he's going to get his armor back.
Yeah.
You know, he's getting a blade or whatever.
I think we get our full gear, but who knows?
We'll find out next time. We will find out next time on Rime of the Frostmaiden. Wow, Poppy, we found out where you came from. Your mom's
And
an
she's-
ice-cold bitch.
And feel evil.
No, she's a cunt.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought Drathar was going to go full on assassin mode on Queen, but you know,
Time to finish the job.
as long as he doesn't end up like the what's this, the Sun Prince in Game of Thrones
The
when
which
he
one?
faced the freaking Prince, Pascal's character.
He wasn't a prince, was he?
I'm pretty sure he was
Was he?
yeah, because he was considered a prince. I'm pretty sure.
He might have been. Yeah, you might be right. He might have been a prince. The Viper.
Yeah.
The Viper.
Oberyn Martell.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's Prince. From
That's right, 'cause
Sunspear.
he was well treated in the brothels.
Oh, yeah.
He was a
him and his sister.
Yeah, he was in the show too. He was a prince.
Yeah.
Yeah, then he got his skull crushed.
Man, that was one of the most
grueling scenes ever. Yes.
It was amazing. It was great television.
He was essentially Indian Montoya for 90% of that fight, and then it just went bad.
And like the whole time you're hoping that the freaking that he would die. Not Pascal's character, the mountain.
Yeah. You want the mountain to die so bad.
Yeah. Through the entire show.
And then he gets zombied. Like, what the hell?
No. They lost the plot and they lost the plot in the 7th season, so it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. Well, it's because it wasn't there. They didn't have to.
He still hasn't finished it. He still hasn't finished it.
And what a bum. All right. We're going to find somebody to raid. Guys, if you're hanging out over on the Trovo side, thank you so much for being here. Schmed, Sage, I know Sage already went to bed, but Schmed, appreciate you so much for sticking around and hanging out, man. Over on the Twitch side, thank you so much, everybody that clocked in. We will be back with you next week. Rime of the Frostmaiden. Once again, keep your eyes peeled. There's going to be a new podcast that is going to be launching. It'll be coming first to Patreon, patreon.com/nighttide. Hey, Elden Ring is coming out. That's true. But yeah, so you can go check that out. You will get early access to any of the episodes that air of the podcast, as well as other potential perks. Mimi, we thank you so much for being one of our chosen Patreon tier members. There are still a few spots open in that tier left. And yeah, just more good to come in the terms of D&D stuffs. And then my personal streams will be starting back up on probably next Wednesday over on the Trovo side. We will see how that goes. I'm hoping to return back to a normal schedule. So just make sure you're following me on Twitter at Nightade. Make sure you're following Dungeon Nytes at Twitter. That's where you'll be getting all the stuff and things happening. Working on updating the website to give us a homepage there you'll be able to look at. All the podcasts will be available where you can get them. Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, all the good places and stuffs and things. And now that I have thoroughly plugged all of those things, make sure that you go and hang out with Geigen tomorrow night on his channel, twitch.tv/GeigenVonHuber, as we hopefully get to continue our saga, our Pathfinder goodness. Mimi, you got anything going on this week?
Not really. Still just kind of getting well from everything that was going on. So, but it's going to be a quiet week.
Mr. Pie, what about you?
I think I'm going to try to get back into streaming again. I stopped for a bit because I was doing Endwalker's story and I didn't want to ruin it for anybody. And I was like heavy doing freaking Endwalker stuff. But now that it's been like a month since it came out, I'm not going to be doing any more story. I've completed it all. It's basically Savage raids on Tuesday and Wednesday night kind of thing. It'll be a little bit later, but it won't be as interactive during Savage raid because it's Savage raiding. You got stuff to do.
You got to do stuff. And Mud, what about you?
I don't stream, of course, but I am looking forward to Monster of the Week. I've got that coming up Wednesday. That's going to be nice.
So Monster of the Week, is that what you said?
Yeah, it's a 2d6 system. It's a lot more roleplay based. It's pretty fun, actually.
Is that going to be streamed somewhere?
No, unfortunately.
Oh.
But it'll be my first time playing it, so I'm looking forward to it.
Well, best of luck and enjoys. And you'll have to keep us posted on how that goes, because I guess that's one of the things that I want to do more of is, again, talking about kind of different systems and learning more about different systems. So I'm interested to hear what you think of it.
Okay, yeah, I'll let you know.
And that's going to do it for us on the Twitch side. Let's go see if we can raid somebody.
I sent you a link.
You sent me a link. Where did you link me? Linky. I wonder if we rated them last.
It's-
time.
Not last. I don't think it was last time. I think we did. Who was it?
The
It
ADHD
was-
Adventure Peoples are fun though, so let's go ahead and give
Yeah.
them a raid. A very colorful overlay this time. We're
Mhm.
going to start this raid over here on the Twitch side, Shovel side. I will see you guys next Monday. Love your faces, everybody. We will catch y'all next time. Be well and go give love to the ADH adventures. See ya. Good night, everybody.
Bye.
Later.